Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, November 4th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, if you were hibernating for the past month or so, you definitely want to read the November Google Webmaster Report. I do this monthly where I go through the most important things over the past month. Obviously the Penguin 4.0 launch, a mobile index coming soon, discussion of link labels, some minor updates and rollbacks and other things going on. So definitely, if you want to catch up very quickly on what happened over the past month, definitely take a look at that, and you will catch up fairly quickly. Talking about rollbacks, there were some discussions over on Twitter and Google and Facebook and Webmaster World and all these different various social networks where SEOs hang out, that some people are saying we're seeing a Google Penguin 4.0 rollback. This was towards the earlier this week. Truth is, I'm not sure if that's true. I think some think so, but I really don't think it's true. What I think is that maybe some people saw increases or decreases around Penguin 4.0, it was related to something else, and then they saw those changes recently. But honestly, I really think that it wasn't related to Penguin 4.0. I did ask Google if there was anything in terms of rollbacks of 4.0. They looked at me with a weird face, so not sure what to take from that, but in any event, let's move on. Google has dropped a knowledge graph snippet overlay. So when you used to go to like the search results, and there used to be the little, it's the zoom feature. Hopefully the phone will. So you click on the little link over here. You used to have a little snippet, kind of from Wikipedia or from different knowledge graph sources. Google has gotten rid of that. I don't know if it's on purpose or by accident. I asked Google for a comment, but it seems to, for 100% of the queries that I've tested and that different tools out there that I've tracked, including the Rank Ranger tool, which you can see over here, it shows a huge drop to 0% of that showing up in the search results. So that's gone. I like that feature, but it's gone, and Google has not responded to me as to why. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe it'll come back. We'll see. Google's page layout algorithm, which launched back in, I think 2012 or something. Let's take a quick look, see if I'm right. Yeah, so this basically, it looks at your page layout. If you have too many ads in the way of the content, Google will go ahead and slap a penalty. Yeah, it launched in January 2012. That algorithm, I asked Google if that is something that has to be run manually, kind of like a Panda type of algorithm or other algorithms that Google has to press a button to refresh those penalties. And John Mueller said, no, it's kind of automatic. It's not instant, but it's pretty automatic. He said it's an automatic algorithm that you don't have to do anything. As soon as Google picks up the crawls and does a thing, it's pretty much automatic. If you want to look at the transcript, I transcribed that after I asked John about the question. Gary from Google basically said that they're still trying to figure out issues with the new mobile index. So they haven't launched it yet, according to Gary. They're experimenting it. Probably they're testing it with a couple, subsets of users, or testing it internally. And they've been working on it for over a year now. But last month, Google said that it should be out within months. And Gary just tweeted this week that we're still figuring out issues specifically with the mobile index. And these are corner cases that are coming up during their test, so we'll see when it goes live and so forth. Next up, Google said this morning in Google Hangout with John Mueller that just because you pass the threshold of quality for your website to show rich snippets in the Google search results, it does not mean that all the Google algorithms find your website to be quality. It doesn't mean that you have a high Panda quality threshold or whatever you want to call these quality algorithms. Just because you have rich snippets, it doesn't mean that you have quality across all the Google's algorithms. So that's a good point to make. People think that might be the case, and it probably is the case for most things, but it's definitely not the case overall. Talking about search, Yandex, which is the largest Russian search engine by far, said they launched a new algorithm which is focused on long-tail queries that better understands long-tail queries from users. They call it, I can't pronounce it, but there's the word, Palek. I don't know. It's basically named after a Russian city that has a flag with the Firebird, and the Firebird has a long tail, thus long-tail queries. In any event, it kind of reminds me of the Google RankBrain algorithm because it's better understanding long-tail queries and query refinements around better showing search results based on these longer tail queries. And actually, they told us about 40% of their queries are long tail, and this should definitely help with that. So it actually uses machine learning, just like RangBrain and so forth. So definitely take a look at that. It's pretty interesting. Google's site links demotion tool, which we said, I think a few weeks ago, we reported that they demoted it. They removed that feature from Google Search Console. The site links demotion tool, which lets you remove site links from Google showing Google site links in the search results, was removed a few weeks ago. But before that, Google's John Mueller said it didn't even work really for 6 months. They just let the algorithm do its thing for testing purposes, and then they decided to remove the tool. So even if you tried using it for the past 6 months, it really didn't work, according to Google. Google's algorithms do not prefer WordPress. A lot of SEOs, and it's a weird myth, but basically, if you use WordPress, you rank better. It's not the case. WordPress is very well optimized. It's a good search engine friendly site. It does ping. It does different things to help Google find the content faster, automatic sitemaps, Yoast SEO. There's lots of cool things you can do with WordPress and the content management system, but there's many good SEO-friendly CMSs out there. But there's no thing like Google says, oh, this is a WordPress site, so we have to go ahead and rank it better. There's no such thing as that. And that was some myth that people actually believe for some reason. I'm surprised. Google says that requesting Google to crawl your website. You can do this by going to Google Search Console, fetch and render, and then you can say, index the site or crawl this page after you fetch and render it or fetch the page. It doesn't hurt your rankings, and faster crawling doesn't improve your rankings. So again, one of those small things, but nice to mention. Gary from Google said that Wikipedia has a really easy time getting links internally to their web pages, and I believe that. There were some people who questioned it, but basically said Wikipedia is really good at getting links to internal pages. So if I write a story about Wikipedia, about internal links, and I see Wikipedia has a page about what individual web pages or internal links mean, I might link to Wikipedia's internal page as opposed to the home page. Whereas most websites get links to their home page, Wikipedia probably has lots of links to their internal pages as opposed to their home page. And I guess there's certain third-party tools that can actually test that. So if you guys are watching, definitely run a test so we can actually see if that's true, but it seems legit. Google said it's only safe to remove links from your disavow file once those links have been removed physically. Otherwise, don't remove it. So there you go. Google is testing a new feature in the Google mobile search results, a back to the top button. Sergey, who's been finding all these cool things, said the experience isn't great. It's not a great experience because it's not very responsive. And this is what it looks like. Let's zoom in a little bit. You could see over here the back to the top button. When you click it, it would scroll back to the top, and supposedly it's pretty clunky. So that's very interesting to see. He was able to see this in iOS Chrome. And finally, the last item for those who are watching live, thanks for watching live, and those who are watching after the fact, thank you too. You can now disable your Google AdWords automated extensions by going to the AdWords interface. Before, you had to fill out a form, submit it, and ask Google to do it for you manually. Now you can do it by just signing into your AdWords account and clicking on the Ad Extensions tab, and then going through there and going to the Advanced tab and saying, don't show ad extensions automatically from my AdWords account. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. Today, again, is Friday, November 4th. This is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. Thanks to all those who are listening live on Facebook. Appreciate it. And thanks to those who watch on YouTube and directly on Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. Everyone, have a great weekend. I'm Barry Schwartz. See you guys next. Bye.